double letter, you move your hand. So it's the same thing with your face.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That makes a whole lot of sense to me now.
We should do more punctuation with our faces. I think that would make communication a lot easier.
Definitely.
Just
But I thought the ellipsis was like, I thought it was yes and rather than yes dot 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 and.
No.
Yeah.
The ellipsis is a lot easier on your joints, so you're not hitting, the treads.
Sure.
If you're playing a scene as William Shatner, it's yes dot 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 and dot dot dot.
Tracy, are you sure?
Yes.
Indeed.
Welcome, everybody, to
Well,
another episode of Roll the Dice. I'm happy to be here with the cast of Roll the Dice and our special guest, Laughingmoon.
Hey, everyone.
Today, what we're going to do is our normal format. We're going to roll a die that will tell us what game to play, and then that game will be played, and we will have fun. But the important thing is that you in the audience are going to be fueling this show with your suggestions. So I'm going to ask from time to time for a suggestion. Just type in those suggestions, keep them coming. I will grab one or two depending on what we need, and then we'll go from there. And we will set it up so that you have time to give us the suggestions before we need them. So to that end, I also want to tell you we're here with Big Canvas. Big Canvas is our umbrella sponsor, I guess. Big Canvas is at the Big Canvas Theater at 36. What is the address? It's in the Blackstone district of Omaha, Nebraska. And if you're nowhere near there, don't worry. But if you are, look up Big Canvas and go to the theater.
It's only 15 hours and 13 minutes from Pittsburgh.
and it's worth
The
the
more
drive.
you know.
And right now they're doing, what is going on? Is it Fringe? What's going on at?
Yes, Fringe Fest. Omaha Fringe Fest is currently going on. This is the last weekend for it.
Yeah.
Lots of cool talent performing in our theater space. It's very exciting.
Like
It
the
is.
end of my grandma's blankets.
Yeah. They're there too.
The End of My Grandma's Blankets is the best band I've ever heard.
Oh, I know.
Anyway, we are Roll the Dice collectively. I am Jess.
I'm Elizabeth.
Tracy.
Kristen.
Josh.
Dave.
Judy.
See.
And with us is Laughingmoon, our guest. Laughingmoon.
Hello.
Laughingmoon is
evening.
coming from where?
From New York.
From New York
Yay.
by the power of Zoom. Aw.
Yeah. I keep thinking about happy cows and better milk. So Laughingmoon's better cheese.
I hope so.
I was willing to
There will
put
be better
myself out
cheese.
there, team. You
Better
were all
cheese
thinking
than
it.
you normally get from us.
We got your back, Dave.
All right. So let's find out what our first game is. Let me set up my display here. And what we have here is we have our die roller on the Googles, and we have our list of games. So let's find out what game we're going to play. 19, panel of experts. I need 4 people. So let's get 4 people on the stage. And I need to switch back to my camera. All right, we need one more person for our panel of experts. Okay, so for our panel of experts from the audience, what I need is some periodicals, magazines, types of things that a person can represent. Maybe an age or something like that, a description of some kind. But we want like a magazine, we want maybe a website, we throw those types of things out there. And while you're doing that, I will explain the game. What's going to happen? Oh, one more thing I need from the audience. In addition to those things, I'm also going to need a subject that this conversation is going to be about. So give us those things I asked for earlier and a subject this conversation is going to be about, and we'll assign them momentarily. What's going to happen here is the 4 players who are on the stage right now are each going to be given something that they have for their character. that they are basically representing. And then we're going to have an expert conversation about a topic. And each one of the people on the stage is going to be talking about that topic through the lens of what we've endowed them with from the audience that you're giving to us. So we're still waiting for a couple more things before we can get started. So let's see here. Okay, Laughingmoon, you are writing for a magazine called American Camper. American Camper. Kristen, you are writing for National Geographic.
Sure.
Josh, you are an expert in knitting. And then Elizabeth, you are writing for the magazine Highlights. So let's cover that again. Laughingmoon.
American Camper.
Kristen.
National Geographic.
Josh.
I'm a knitting expert.
And Elizabeth.
I like.
Okay, and today's topic, I'll let you know what those topics are in a minute, but first I'm going to ask you all to introduce yourselves. So we have our expert from National Geographic. Can you introduce yourself to us, please?
I'm Dr. Emily Prentice McPherson, PhD, MHO, PHO, so on, so forth.
PHO, really?
Mhm.
Awesome. And next we have our expert in knitting. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, hello, dearies. Agatha Crumplebottom here. I can spare maybe 5 or so minutes from my craft for you all tonight.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time, Agatha. I appreciate that. And our highlights author.
Hi, my name is Miss Mary Mack. I am happy to see you.
And then from American Camper magazine, please do introduce yourself.
Hey there, I'm Misty Forrester. I'd rather be camping.
Thank you, Misty. I'm so glad you're here. So glad all of you are here because today's topic of discussion is modern times. We're going to talk about today's modern times. So we need some questions from the audience. I'm going to come up with one to start, but if the audience can start typing in some questions about today's modern times for us to ask our experts, please do that. So modern times, a lot of things have changed over the last 10, 20, 50, 100 years. How would you say that modern times have changed in a beneficial way? Let's get started with our knitting expert.
Oh, yes, sorry. Was there a question?
Yes, how have today's modern times changed things here in a beneficial way?
Oh, well, that is a struggle. Well, to keep it positive, I suppose it is easier for me to order my knitting supplies now. I don't have to go down to the market and walk 15 miles each way uphill. I can just go on the Amazons and place my order there.
And anybody else, just pop right in and share your opinion. Go ahead.
If I might, I would just like to note the use of the term Amazon, which of course was once reserved for a beautiful area, rainforest, down in South America. And now, because of the changes in these modern times, what we have instead is a virtual Pangea in which we all communicate and collaborate on the internet, which makes it much harder to take telephoto lens photos of things.
It's true. Go ahead.
I think that we can best discuss this by looking at the differences in these two pictures. In this picture, we have the outdoors, but in this picture, we have the outdoors, but everyone has phones in their hands.
It's true. That is a beneficial change, in my opinion. You're absolutely right. Misty, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I don't know that the cell phones are all that beneficial. I mean, it disconnects people from the world around them. People see nature more on Instagram than they do, in their own little community. Now, I think this housing crisis right now, where nobody can afford, house or apartment to live in. I think it's going to open up people to the whole wandering around the country in an RV camper thing, which I think is awesome.
Miss Mac.
I would just like to point out that Gallant answers the question that's asked. Goofus says what they want to say regardless.
That's absolutely right. I'm sorry, go ahead. You wanted to say something, or do we move on to the next question?
We can move on. I was only going to go into a bit of a diatribe about the origins of Goofus and Gal, but you know what? I'm a team player.
Absolutely. Okay. Why no flying cars yet? What's your opinion?
Ooh.
Anyone, just jump right in.
Well, if you plot the progression of man with their tools, you'll see that it's a very dynamic arrow, starting with the Copper Age and moving on into all the various kinds of metals, and then finally the Computer Age. And that's where we peaked as a society. We're too busy clicking on Amazon, the virtual river, than to fly over the real river down in South America.
Any other thoughts on flying cars? Oh, yes, Agatha?
Sorry, I was just hoping you could pass me that that spool of yarn over there. But I guess while I'm here, I'll. Thank you. Yes. See, flying cars seem rather challenging in that, well, it seems like it'd be rather bumpy, all those air currents and jostling you around. And personally, I find it very relaxing to be able to just go at a steady 15 miles an hour and practice my knitting while I'm driving.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Any other thoughts? Oh, go ahead, Miss Mary Mac.
I do want to point out that the Timber Toes did build a flying vehicle with the use of teamwork. And I think that if we could embrace more teamwork, we might be able to have flying cars.
I don't think anything good can come out of flying cars. I mean, you already miss so much of the world around you when you're driving in a regular car on the highway. I mean, I'm kind of happy that that hasn't happened yet.
We do have we have several questions that seem to be targeted to specific experts. And while we don't have time to target each expert with their own topic, I would like to hear a little bit on this topic from everybody. How many oranges can you count?
Ooh.
Agatha.
Oh, yes, that's easy. There's, I believe, burnt umber counts as one. Red, orange. Let me see. I'm looking at my spools of yarn right now to see. Yellow, orange, orange, yellow.
So quite a few.
Pure or yes, I have at least 5 here myself right now.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
There were 10 oranges in this tree. Then a silly squirrel took 3. There were only 7 oranges left for me.
I don't want to reinforce any outmoded pedagogical institutions, but I will mention that I did go to Harvard and was trained there in the art of counting and classifying various kinds of oranges, siennas, burnt umbers, you name it, I can do it. Harvard University.
I believe her. I believe her. However, I have painted my campers so many shades of orange over the years. I mean, there's dusty orange, there is bright sun orange, there is play with the children orange, there isn't this orange glad that isn't a flying car. I mean, the list goes on. It's like every year is a new orange.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay, we're going to close out with one last final thought. what final thoughts do you have about today's modern times, Orange, or any of the other things that we've talked about today, or just anything in general? Each one of you close out with something. How about we hear from Misty first?
I just want to say, don't fly. Don't fly. Don't take the Amtrak or the Acela. Nothing is worth it unless you're getting in that RV and you're traveling across the country. You finish college, don't start your career. Get an RV, go across the country, and just see how many oranges there are in the big, brave American sunset, sunrise sky.
Oh, I think that leads naturally into our National Geographic expert.
The world is a very confusing place, especially for people who have not been trained at Harvard, and I would just urge you all to know that when in doubt, take a beautiful, high-quality, glossy photo of whatever you're looking at, and just be satisfied with the fact that you've got high resolution, great definition, and a beautiful sunset.
Beautiful sunset. Agatha, do you have any thoughts?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes.
Final thoughts.
Is it lunchtime? Yeah, wonderful. Well, thank you.
And
I'll be
Ms.
going
Mary
now.
Beth?
Yes. I just want to say, if you'd like to talk more about modern times, you'll see that several cards have fallen down all around you at your feet when we started this conversation. Just send one of those in for 12 more months.
Thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate you joining us today, and it's been a wonderful talk. Bye now. Good job, everyone. That was awesome.
One orange. Two.
Okay, let's clear the stage, which we should have done first last time so that everyone can see our roller. And we'll roll for our next game. 2, ABCBA. From the audience, I need a one-word suggestion and a letter of the alphabet. And let's switch this on back. And from the team, I need 3 people, please. One more. There we go. Awesome. So the way this works is we're going to get a letter of the alphabet, and we're going to start from that letter of the alphabet. Every phrase that's said in this scene is going to start with the next letter of the alphabet. However, we play ABCBA, which is a little tougher than ABC. And what's going to happen is I'm going to throw in some surprises. There's going to be some skips, some reverses, etc. And we're going to skip around that alphabet, that tough old alphabet that gets us every time anyway. To get us started, we're going to get that one-word suggestion that's going to be the beginning of the scene. So the letter we're starting from is F. We're going to start from F and come all the way back to F at the end of the scene. And the subject or the suggestion that we're going to start with is jellyfish. Jellyfish.
Fishy. Look at the fishy. Look at the fishy, Dad.
Girl, that's not a fish.
There's many fish in the sea. That's what my dad told me.
I thought everything in the water was a fish.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Kelp's not a fish. It's in the water.
Yep.
Kelp's not a fish.
Well, my dad said that I should acknowledge when I'm wrong, which is now.
No, never say when you're wrong. Never.
Draw 4.
Obviously, there's a lot of things going on. Probably you didn't hear it. Questions, ton of questions. But ultimately what it turns into is really you got to follow your own moral compass.
So I'll do that then, I guess. Thanks for, teaching me, strangers at the aquarium.
Reverse.
Truth will always set you free. And I think by thanking us, you only make yourself look better, but you make us feel wanted, needed, and appreciated.
Really? The truth will set us free?
Reverse again.
Question me, will you? You think Pinocchio could wear a ski mask? I don't think so.
Pinocchio would never do that. I've seen it like 100 times.
Reverse.
Quality matters. I guess in the higher end ski masks, there would be a flap for Pinocchio and Pinocchio type boys or puppets to boys. You know what? It's a changing world, sunshine. And I think puppets can change with it.
Really? You guys talk a lot.
Sorry.
Truth. It's about the truth, though. I mean, my gosh. I mean, I have no strings, and I really, really feel that I'm a real boy now.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You guys are something else.
Very unbelievable. I also agree with you about that.
What? About what?
Exactly.
Yeah. You should, be nicer to other people when they're here in a public place.
Swinks. I think you finally got it. The rest of us in the mystery machine really appreciate your awareness.
Awareness is the word of the day, for sure.
Boy, oh boy, I feel really enlightened. And I knew I would be coming to the aquarium, but not like this.
Skip.
Darn it. That shark just swam right by us and didn't even stop.
Everybody eaten by a shark always blames the shark, but let's face it, we're swimming in their homes.
For real, you make a really good point. I would probably bite people in my house that weren't supposed to be there.
And we've reached F again. Woo! Good job, everybody. That was fantastic.
The alphabet.
The alphabet in after a fashion.
I think we learned something today.
I think what I learned is that Dave wrote the alphabet down.
I learned that eye contact is more important than I thought before I wrote the alphabet down.
All right. At this stage, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring everyone back on the screen, and we're gonna do everyone come back. Okay. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a guessing game, and it is a spotlight on our guest, Laughingmoon. Laughingmoon has given me a story about something from her life. And it's going to be a question that we will guess the answer to, as well as you at home will type in what you think the answer is as well. So let me find my list here. Okay.
Maybe if you wrote it down and referred to it during the game, it might be fun.
I am here but invisible for some reason.
Josh, I miss you.
Josh, come on back. You may have to leave and come back. I'll let you in. Um, so we're gonna go with this question. Why was Laughingmoon born in New York? There's a reason for this.
Why?
Why was Laughingmoon
Why?
born in New York? Yep.
Oh man. Why were you born in New York?
And at home, can you type in the chat the reason why you think that Laughingmoon was born in New York?
Because her parents wanted her to be extra cool.
Extra cool. Why else? What are the other guesses?
Oh, because the previous parents had kids born in Maine, and in the game we know that N comes after M, so it had to be New York.
I just assume everyone is born in New York because they have the best pizza.
Oh, wait, hold on.
I really think it's
don't argue
because
this.
her parents wanted her to be
Unbelievable.
born in New Jersey, but she got stuck in the turnpike during rush hour.
Oh,
When babies come.
I think her flight was diverted over, it was on its way back to Europe, but their parents were flying back to Europe, but it got diverted in New York for whatever reason.
I believe there's probably a Garfield float from Thanksgiving rule that was instituted that all babies had to be born in New York during that year.
We have from the audience, Janet says, because that's where her mother was when she went into labor.
Oh, yeah.
Why else do we have?
It does relate to the mother, but it's because the mother, when she was pregnant, looked like the Big Apple.
Jumping off of Kristen's, she's probably born in New York because she was going on a family vacation at Christmas to France, but she got separated from her family at the airport and wound up going to New York and having an adventure there, staying at the hotel of a terrible person and meeting a pigeon woman.
Ooh. I was thinking they were flying to Europe on the Concorde, and it's like wherever the airport that you went off to, that's where the city, the state, actually you're considered born. So I'm right.
Elizabeth?
This may be unfair because I have a bit of an inside track knowing Laughingmoon for some time, but she was born in Staten Island because she was born into the Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh,
Kristen.
Wu-Tang is for the children.
Her parents were very rebelliously kicked out of Canada.
Oh, hey.
Josh?
Yes, in fact, well, that was a great family secret until you just spilled the beans right now. They were actually protesting the introduction of lima beans to Quebec, which previously had been illegal there. But her parents, being lima bean farmers, when they were eventually run out of Quebec, came to the world capital of lima beans, a more accepting place, being, of course,
Would that be
New York.
Lima? Oh, okay. Cassie?
One would think so, but no.
It's so obvious now that Josh said it.
I really
That's gotta
believe
be it.
the Statue of Liberty comes to life every sturgeon moon, and Laughingmoon was born during the sturgeon moon to her mother, the Statue of Liberty.
I like that one. But from the audience, we have because New York City is the only place to get a decent bagel. And then Ben says the water. So I'm gonna ask Laughingmoon to tell us why it is that you were born in New York.
All right. So I was born, well, first off, I was born in Greenwich Village, not Staten Island, just setting that record straight. I was born in Greenwich Village, but Elizabeth, your very first guess was actually very close.
You're in the Wu-Tang Clan?
No,
Yes!
your
Man, your
guess.
father?
That was your second guess. But I was born in Greenwich Village because my parents were living there when my mom got pregnant. But by the time I was born, they were already living in New Jersey, but they still wanted me born in Greenwich Village. The way my dad explains it is because they wanted bohemian in my soul.
Yes.
So yeah, so they drove me into Greenwich Village to have me. I was also born really close to midnight in a snowstorm. So I think
Ooh.
that's kind of
That
rad
all
also.
makes so much
Right.
sense.
So
Right?
nothing with the beans, nothing.
Nothing with the lima beans. No. I mean, we had lima beans, and we
Oh,
had
yeah.
lima beans like in the cupboard, but we didn't farm them.
But they traded 5 of them for a cow.
Right.
Lima beans are kind of bohemian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then they
Yeah,
dropped
totally
out of
were.
the thing
Yeah, they
And
put
then
it
the
on a
s-
necklace.
and told everybody they were teeth. That's how we roll.
Okay, this is going off the rails. All right, let's clear the stage and go to the next roll. 16, three-headed expert. So I need 3 people on stage, and from the audience, I need, let's see here. I need something that someone can be an expert in. Something that we can have an expert in. So go ahead and type those in the chat and we'll grab one of those. And in the meantime, I'll explain how this game is played. What's going to happen is we have one expert with 3 heads. And the 3 heads of this expert can speak 1 word at a time. Whoever speaks first that head will always start the answer, and it will go in order among the heads because this expert is very, very much into order. And the expert will introduce themselves and then start answering some questions. So first we're going to find out what our expert is an expert in, and then I will ask the audience to start throwing out questions for that expert. So our expert is an expert in sloths. So I need from the audience, I need some questions to ask to an expert in sloths. And in the meantime, I'm going to need our expert to introduce yourself.
Hello.
My
Name
Is
Mrs.
Sloth
Jones.
Mrs. Sloth Jones, please. Thank you very much for joining us today. So it's so great to have an expert in sloths on the show. We have never had a sloth expert before. So Mrs. Sloth Jones, our first question is from the audience. Can you tell us, do sloths dance?
Sometimes
When
they
hear
music
sloths
boogie
all
night
long.
Do they now? Sloths do boogie all night long. I had no idea. I thought they slept a lot. Huh. Our audience does have some more questions. How do you get a sloth out of a tree?
Ooh.
You
must
be
tall
enough
to
poke
the
sloth
with
your
pinky
Oh, okay. You must be able to poke a sloth with your pinky. Interesting. I would have thought with your pointer finger, but I guess your pinky would be a little bit less aggressive. So thank you. Thank you for that, Miss Sloth Jones. So we have some more questions here. Why are sloths slow?
because
they
can't
hustle
their
little
booties
all
day
long.
Oh, well, if they didn't boogie all night long, they might be able to hustle all day long. I just have to say, maybe sloths could be budgeting their energy a little bit better. But we do have more questions from the audience. What can energize a sloth? That's a really good follow-up question.
Music
Always
Makes
sloths
want
to
move
their
little
booties.
All right. So apparently sloths have one thing on their mind, and it's dancing. So are sloths ticklish?
You
must
be
delicate
when
you
tickle
a
sloth
You must, absolutely. I would definitely recommend delicacy when tickling anything, but a sloth notwithstanding. One of our last questions here is, do sloths like anchovy pizza? I think someone in the audience is thinking of ordering some for the sloth.
sloths
usually
prefer
pepperoni
and
fig
and
sausage
and
pineapple
on
their
pizza.
And I'm assuming New York thin crust because they're not barbarians, right? Our last question, we're gonna just wrap this up. Do you have any words of wisdom about sloths?
We
think
that
you
should
pet
every
sloth
you
see.
I think I will.
Aw.
And I'll know it is my pinky. Well, thank you very much for your expertise in the realm of sloths. Thank you. We've had a couple of expert games, so let's switch over to a guessing game. We will switch over to our four-sided die and roll on the guessing games list. So now we are at 2 in this conference. This is a great one because it's a game for everyone. So what I need from the audience is a B-list celebrity. So not the first person you think of, not even the second person you think of. Let's go a little bit farther down the line. So celebrities you wouldn't necessarily think of first. We also need, unrelated to that celebrity, we need a terrible thing that they could have done. Not too terrible, but something that they did that was bad. Okay, unrelated to the celebrity. And then unrelated to either the celebrity or the thing that was done, we need a way that that celebrity can atone and make it up to everybody. So let's get those suggestions in the chat, just throw them out there. And we need a volunteer from the group to go into our waiting room while we, as a group, learn what those answers are going to be. And then when you come back from the waiting room, you will be holding a press conference, and the rest of us will be the press corps. We may play multiple roles. We may be one person in one question and a different person in a different question, so don't call us by name. Who would like to be our celebrity that is holding the press conference? All right, Cassie, I'm going to put you in the waiting room. And when you come back, you are our celebrity. So let's put you in the waiting room. Bye, Cassie.
Bye, Cassie.
Bye, Cassie.
Bye.
Okay, so everyone else come on stage and we will find out what we're dealing with. Our celebrity is Jason Momoa.
Oh my God. That's my favorite Girl Scout cookie. Oh, yum.
Jason Momoa annoyed people on a train.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's what he did. He annoyed people on a train. And come on, we need some more suggestions of how Jason Momoa is going to atone for having annoyed people on a train, unrelated to Jason Momoa or the train or annoying people. Come on, audience, you can do it. I have faith in you.
Audience.
And so far, it's being carried by my mom. So we need some suggestions from other people in the audience. Come
Oh my
on.
God. For the
Good
love of
job,
God, help
Mom.
Jess's mom out. Yeah.
And Elizabeth's mom.
Oh,
Share
Both
one.
of your moms. Wow, two
The
moms
same
in the
mom.
audience.
One of us can have one of our own. We have to share her.
oh
What?
man.
Man.
Is there room for one more? I mean, I'm potty trained for the most part.
All right.
Mom thought she could
Here
do
we
it.
go.
She doesn't know how to
Jason
print
Momoa
right.
annoyed people on a train, so he's going to play the flute to the elderly. All right.
Oh,
Jason Momoa
Oh,
on a train playing the flute to the elderly. So when we bring Cassie back, she is going to be Jason Momoa. She is going to be holding this press conference, and we will be individual members of the press corps introducing ourselves as we ask our questions. When we hear the Cassie get close, we're going to do like a little golf clap, and then if she gets Jason Momoa, we will clap and then move on to suggestion or to clues for the next part, which would be annoying people on the train, etc. If you forget, just let other people go until you remember. All right, so here I am bringing Cassie back as Jason Momoa. Here we go.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming today. I appreciate you all being here. I'll start with a few questions. You, sir, in the gray shirt.
oh yes, that would be me. Dan Tweezer from the Shape Eyebrow Times. So is that on purpose? Is there a scar?
It was an accidentally planned event.
My pluckers are really interested. Thank you.
Yes, you in the glasses.
Great. I'm Sandra Bonet from the Sun City Movie Splash. Would you consider yourself more of an aqua or a teal man?
Ooh, yeah.
As Jason Momoa, I would consider myself an Aquaman. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. I am Jason. And I did my own stunts and I can swim. Yes. Yes, you and the polka dots.
Hi, my name is Marie from Strap Hanger Monthly, and I was just wondering, did you go
Good question.
That is a good question. I guess the doctors never asked me to make that noise when checking out my tonsils. Yes, you in the blue t-shirt.
Bill Bilson from Getting Buff Monthly. I just looking at your physique, I'm wondering, like, how often do you do that? It's that thing you do with weights where you weight practice. Is that the word for it? No, there's another word for the thing you do where you do something over and over again with
Reps?
No, it's not. Well, someone else will figure it out.
No. No reps.
No, definitely not that.
Yes, you in the glasses with your hand up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I just it's been really bugging me for a while now. It's have a bit of a one-track mind, but I just want to know, do you consider yourself more of a Thomas, Percy, Diesel, or I mean, like which one would you be?
I would like to see myself as the little train that could.
Ooh, oh.
Yes, you in the corner.
Yes, hi, Lisa Jenkins from All About Hair. I'm wondering, what is your opinion on the man bun?
I mean, personally, I like the man bun, right?
I'm sensing there's a little more to that.
And the polka dots there?
Hi, my name is Derailed. I just was wondering, if you weren't touching them and you still weren't touching them, what problem could they have with it?
I'm so very confused, and I never did touch them. Let's just set that record.
Right. No, exactly. You just didn't touch them. You just didn't touch them. And
I did not touch them. Yes, you with the short dark hair.
I am from Backstage Magazine, and I just want to know a little bit of relax, other hair. You'll go next. I just want to know a little bit about your rehearsal methods. So I know that you travel quite a bit. When you travel, do you rehearse your lines very loudly and in people's faces?
I actually have a personal space boundaries, hence why I never touched them.
Do you though?
I do have, maybe my boundaries might be smaller than other people's boundaries.
They might.
Did I got 2 in their face and made noise, and loud enough noise that maybe they lost their hair. Yeah, in the gray shirt.
Thank you very much. Also dark-haired and short.
Yes, also dark-haired.
Yes, it's me, Dee Snyder, no relation to Clyde. At any point when you're kicking a seat in front of you, is there a chance that they just aren't going to take it? No, they're not going to take it.
I don't actually ever kick the chairs in front of me. I am just a very tall man. And so again, it's that personal bound. I overtake space a lot.
Seems twisted to me, sister.
Yes, you with the red hair.
Do you find often that when you're speaking to reporters, they get adenoids? Adenoidal? Adenoid.
Yes, they do get adenoid quite a bit, as I am very adenoid right now too, with all these questions coming at me and invading my personal space. So yeah, I do sometimes get adenoid, and invade people's space and yell. And
But where?
in the airplane,
Oh,
yes, you with the dark hair and the gray shirt too.
finally. Yeah, let's say you're making Jell-O. Would you chew that Jell-O, or do you just like let it sit in your mouth and melt? There's options. I mean, if there's something, let's say that the Jell-O goes through and it's all Jell-O all the way through. Would you
Jell-O all the way
chew that
through.
Jell-O?
I am all the way through with the Jell-O, and I chew that Jell-O.
Do you think
Repeatedly, right?
Chomping it a lot,
Chewing it.
loudly, chewing it.
Chewing it, chewing it,
Chewing it. and
chewing it, chewing it, chewing it, chewing it, chewing it.
Chewing it
Chewing
on
it,
the
chewing it.
train.
Oh, what?
Yes, I get annoyed in the loud spaces on the train. Yes.
Now,
Yes, you with the dark hair and the dark shirt.
I just want to point out, if you get annoyed, how do you think others feel?
Are they in my personal space?
Are they in your personal space? Are you asking the right questions here?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think I'm answering the questions. You're asking the questions.
Yeah, but now you're asking questions. Now you're asking questions, Jason Momoa.
Yeah, you can't handle the truth.
Yes, you, sir, in the blue shirt.
Yes, Sigmund Freud here. You keep saying that you are annoyed by the other people, but I think you are projecting.
I'm projecting that they're annoyed at me. They're annoyed at me because I'm a tall person and I kick their sticks in a small train space.
Sure.
It could be.
My agent should have put me in first class, don't you think? I think so. Yes, you and the polka dots.
Hi, I'm from Wind Instrument Magazine, and I just wanted to ask, as you're annoying people on a train, do you perhaps listen to like Jethro Tull or some panpipes or something? Like what is it that you listen to?
Well, from your magazine, I do love Lizzo, right? And she plays the wind instruments and I do like to listen to those wind instruments maybe loudly, and that might annoy other people.
No, this is a good thing. This is how you're working towards solution here, right?
Yes, learning to play the flute with Lizzo. Yes, sir, with the gray shirt and the dark hair.
I need a minute to find a sentimental man or woman to pump me up. That being said, the man or woman, could that have been like, let's say a younger man or woman wouldn't need so much pumping up, but let's say they were, I don't know, older than a man or woman, and maybe they like wind instruments too. That would probably make them feel better. Do you agree?
Yes, so playing wind instruments for the older generation is how I'm trying to work through my anger management issues in the senior living facilities, yes.
So bring it home for us, Mr. Momoa. Please tell us about what you did and what you're going to do.
Yeah, so I'm Jason Momoa. I annoyed people.
Everybody, by the way.
Everybody, yes, I can
Specifically
be
where?
annoying.
Where?
On the train, all because my agent didn't put me in first class. I mean, this is on him, but to make the world a better place, I am playing the flute for old people and sharing the gift of music.
Excellent job. You are more on target than most people who play this game. Excellent. That was great.
That was good.
That was fun. All right. Now we will
Should arrange to have
it is
more
time.
varied hair and shirt colors.
Yeah, it is time for us to roll the 4-sided die one last time for a quick fire game for everybody to play. So we are going to roll and we are going to play Seinfelding. So from the audience, we need a series of words and we need the whole team back on screen. Audience, please just throw out a bunch of words, individual ones. Nouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, articles, whatever you want to throw out.
Adnoids.
Adnoids
Throw them
Adnoids.
out.
or adnoids, I think.
Anything Jello related would be fantastic.
All the way down.
There's always room for it.
So how Seinfelding works is we're going to use the classic Seinfeld setup of what is the deal with blank? And then we're going to use those suggestions from the audience and make some funny jokes. So we'll raise our hands when we have one. I'll call on you like we were in school. We have some words. So our first word is envy. Dave.
What is the deal with envy? I mean, if you wanted it, you should have went out and got it.
Elizabeth.
What is the deal with envy? Didn't we already play the alphabet game?
Josh, did you have one?
Not better than that one.
Kristen.
What is the deal with envy? If anything, it feels like it's always jealous.
What is the deal with envy? I've upgraded to an iPhone. Remember that? Remember? Josh.
What is the deal with envy, and why do we say people are green with it? Why would people want to be green? It's not easy being green.
Tracy.
What is the deal with envy? I mean, there are so many other deadly sins and I want them all. I wish I had them.
Judy.
What is the deal with envy and who are the Joneses anyway?
Laughingmoon.
What is the deal with envy? Everybody else's life is horrible.
All right, next word. Next word is rice. Rice. Dave.
What is the deal with rice? It's not like you're just going to eat one of them.
Elizabeth.
What is the deal with rice? Did they just make it for drying out phones, or is it good for anything else?
Kristen.
What is the deal with rice? Are they throwing it at weddings so that people can clean it up and make it for a meal later?
Dave.
What is the deal with rice? Is it so darn comfortable that all the raw fish wants to lay on?
Cassie.
What is the deal with rice? I mean, do I want it sticky or do I want it light and fluffy? What's the right way to make it?
What is the deal with rice? Are we supposed to dole the rice? Josh.
What is the deal with rice? No, really, is it 2 cups for $1 or is it buy one, get one free?
All right. Kristen.
What is the deal with rice? It's always with its friend Roni, or it's not a treat.
Oh!
Judy.
What is the deal with rice? Rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat.
Laughingmoon.
What is the deal with rice? Why is it the only thing that gets its own cooker?
All right, we're moving on. We're moving on to airfare. Kristen.
What's the deal with airfare? More like air unfair.
What is the deal with airfare? I mean, it's sky high, am I right? No one else has any thoughts on airfare? Josh.
What is the deal with airfare? Tell it to me plain and simple.
Judy.
What is the deal with airfare? It's certainly more than car fare.
Tracy.
What is the deal with airfare? I mean, I go on a plane. I don't see anywhere to win any stuffed animals or go on any,
Yes. Yes.
There's
yes!
no clowns there, no popcorn.
Kristen.
What is the deal with airfare? Like, why can't it get a tan?
All right, we got another one. We're gonna have Mom, really?
What is the deal with moms?
What is the deal with moms? What is the deal with moms?
What is the deal?
Moms,
What is,
Judy.
what is the deal with moms? Why can't they go to proms?
What is the deal with moms? And Sigmund Freud, can you tell us anything about that? Call back to the warm-up. Sorry, everyone. Josh.
No, I just want to applaud Jess for the callback.
All right, we'll actually take a suggestion from Mom. We're not going with Who's Gals.
What is the deal with who's?
Junior chefs.
Junior
chefs. Laughingmoon.
What's the deal with junior chefs? I don't want junior anything around fire.
Kristen.
What is the deal with junior chefs? I don't think that this is the kind of position that should be hereditary.
Judy.
What is the deal with junior chefs? They can't even reach the stove.
Josh.
What is the deal with junior chefs? Oh God, this is dark. What is the deal with junior chefs, and why are we cooking them before they're fully grown?
Oh, what in the veal are you talking about?
What is the deal with junior chefs? Are they the ones using all the junior mints?
No.
Tracy.
What is the deal with junior chefs? I mean, they're never as iconic as the original. I mean, no one thinks about Pac-Man Jr. or Donkey Kong Jr. They don't. I do.
Kristen.
What is the deal with junior chefs? Are we really that committed to portability?
What is the deal with junior chefs? I mean, yeah, I know he left South Park, but
Oh, hello, children.
Laughingmoon.
What is the deal with junior chefs? It's not like we got a bunch of tiny restaurants around.
All right, one more. Nose hairs.
Ooh.
Oh,
I see.
what is the
I
deal
see-
with
I see
nose
it
hairs?
forming in Kristen's face. Though, go ahead, Dave.
No, I was pretty much done. What is the deal with nose hair?
Tracy.
What is the deal with nose hairs? I mean, we're not allowed to style them in any fashionable way that society would accept.
Kristen.
What's the deal with nose hairs? They don't pass the smell test.
Josh.
What is the deal with nose hairs, and why are we so opposed to them? Aren't they just a mustache that started a little higher?
Oh,
And that is where we're gonna. Oh no, we want one more from Laughingmoon. Go for it.
What's the deal with nose hairs? Do boogers get cold or something?
oh,
That is an age-old question that will last forever. The sages will consider it. And that is going to be the end of our show. So one more time, we are Roll the Dice, brought to you by Big Canvas. And if you're in Omaha, Fringe Fest at the Big Canvas Theater, go on, get out there. It's fun. If you're not, too bad. There'll be other Fringe Fests where you are, I'm sure.
And you can see it if you're in town. You're too late tonight, probably, but if you're watching this live. But there are shows on Saturday and Sunday.
Excellent. And individually, I'm Jess.
Josh.
Dave.
Elizabeth.
Kristen.
Cassie.
Tracy.
Laughingmoon.
And Judy.
And
And Jason Momoa.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.